Hex Tunnel review for the PlayStation VR.
Let's begin!
First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. In Hex Tunnel you must navigate your way through procedurally generated tunnels whilst avoiding obstacles. You do this by tilting your head and looking where you want to go. The controls do feel a little bit floaty due to the slightly slow response time. As the levels are randomly generated, you never know what you will be faced with next. The problem is that you are travelling quite fast and don't have time to observe some of the obstacles' movement patterns. This resulted in me playing it safe and sticking to the edge of the tunnel on most of the levels. The levels' obstacles vary in each stage. Some have squares and some have circles, and some have narrow gaps you must squeeze between. As they are randomly generated, it does get your heart pumping, especially when you narrowly miss an obstacle. It can be quite thrilling when the level layout is fair. On the level titled Air, obstacles are the same texture as the background, and it is quite hard to see them. It's a very odd design choice and obviously makes every collision very unfair. Also on each stage are particle effects. When you get close to these, they really obstruct your view. You have to pray that there isn't a shape moving right behind them, because if there is, you don't have time to get out of the way, resulting in a very unfair death. Each stage has a halfway point. When you reach the middle, you are simply transported to the beginning of the next part of the tunnel. This did actually make the second part more intense for me, especially if I hadn't got that far before. They don't work as checkpoints though, so if you collide with anything in the second half, you do have to start over and do the first half again. There are several game modes. The first is Arcade, where you can select from one of 5 stages. When you complete a stage, it doesn't remind you in the main menu, so you must remember yourself or take a look at what trophies you have achieved. The second mode is Chaos. This stage is basically the same as the others, but has segments of tunnels taken from all the arcade stages. Quite rightfully, it is very chaotic. The final mode is called Ultra. You travel a lot faster in this mode, but it's also the most fair. The obstacles are easily seeable, and you do actually have plenty of time to observe obstacle movement patterns. Although its title may give the impression that it is the hardest stage, it's actually one of the easiest. Now let's take a look at how immersive this game is. Unfortunately, the game is incredibly blurry. If it was sharp and crisp, the particle effects could have looked really amazing, but unfortunately, it is one of the blurriest games I've experienced. The only time the graphics come close to being sharp is when particles fly from all around you in the main menu, after you beat a stage. The textures really are not the best and seem quite stretched on the obstacles and tunnels themselves. Some levels have textures that move up and down the sides of the tunnels, and it's incredibly disorientating, especially with obstacles that are doing the same just in front of you. The music is by far the best bit about the game. The tracks heard are not set to a certain stage, so you really are in for a surprise each time you start a level. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I played this game in a seated position just under 2 meters away from the camera. The head tracking was perfect, and some of the levels did start to make me feel a bit motion sick, especially for levels with the textures that move up and down on objects. This game is played with a DualShock controller. The other controllers are not supported. The game is played with the headset, but you will still need the DualShock controller to select game modes in the main menu. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. It took me just under 45 minutes to beat every stage. I did die quite a few times though, especially on the air level. If you're a trophy hunter, you'll be happy to know that there is a platinum trophy, and it is incredibly easy to achieve. In total there are 16 trophies that can be achieved. There is 2 bronze, 4 silver, 9 gold and 1 platinum. 1 trophy is rewarded for dying, and the rest are for reaching the halfway point in a level, and also for reaching the end of the levels. So I was able to achieve a platinum trophy in around 45 minutes. And now it's time for the verdict. I really did have some intense moments, and my heart did race when I barely missed some of the obstacles. Most of the time, It was a sigh of relief though, and wasn't thanks to my dodging skills, as it is really hard to work out some of the object's movement patterns. It really did ruin the game for me, as I was normally sticking to the sides of the tunnels. The addition of an endless mode would have been great for this type of game, especially as it is procedurally generated. It's quite odd that there isn't one here that had a scoreboard attached. People who want great music along with trippy visuals may get some enjoyment for the price, and it does have an easy platinum for trophy hunters to grab, but honestly, this is an incredibly blurry game with some very unfair gameplay elements. Have you guys tried this game yet? If so, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. As always, please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more PlayStation VR content.